Alrighty then. Welcome back to Sodi Pop on YouTube. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Sodi Pop on YouTube. Yes, this is a live stream this morning, and we are going to kill it. I have my water right here, and guess what? I also have a lovely green drink. Yes, why? I don't know. I ordered it, and I need to drink it. I kind of forgot about it for a minute, but it's supposed to be healthy for you. What I ended up supposed to drink it in the morning before you really have anything, so you absorb all the nutrients and whatnot. And I really have not been doing that. I'll forget and be like, oh, I should have it around lunch. I should probably do it right now. And then I have my wonderful Lady Sibby cat hanging out with me. So say hello to Lady Sybil. What are you doing, Sibs? You crazy girl. All right, cool. She's always trying to get somewhere, trying to get something, trying to cause some chaos and hang out and play, right? Right, Shibs? Okay. All right. Well, welcome back to Sodi Pop on YouTube. Give a comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're down below, let me know you're here. And we're going to start out with a little market analysis because look at this. So Bitcoin has dropped to 35K. Let's look where OMI is. Also dropped a decent amount. This is why you set buy levels, as I talked about yesterday. You're patient and you set buy levels. Let's say you have $1,000. What I would do, not financial advice, of course, is I would just set a whole bunch of levels. I'd be, all right, where is it now? It's at 0.006189. Cool. I'll just, if I don't have any on me, I'd be like, all right, I want a little bit. So I'll set $100 at 0.0061. And it's probably going to hit that at some point. And then I go, okay, I want it cheaper. So I'll do 0.00. Let's do, we can look at recent history even. 0.0059. And just keep on going down from there. Now, if you have some sort of scale, we have Fibonacci retracements and all this stuff, you can pay attention to that. But you can just keep on going back and back, and it's gotten as low at, so you can look at its lows and kind of just use those as guides if you want to make it really, really simple. And then if you want to try and really call the bottoms, you can go down 0.003 if you want to, or 0.002, which would be a pretty big drop, which has happened before. Remember in May, we got a big drop in the crypto market, and it was in a technical bear market for a little bit. For 3 months, it had a downtrend, which was a technical bear market, and then it recovered pretty strongly and pretty well, and Ecomi did as well. Never got back to its all-time highs of 1 cent, but that is what it is. So as for market analysis right now, not good. I mean, we're in a downtrend right now, and we will see what happens with this. Bitcoin is going to have support at 30,000. That's where it's had really strong support again back in May. So we will see it go between that, and then it's probably going to have resistance around like probably around like 45,000 right now, because it's had trouble getting above there, and then especially 60K, because that's been around where its all-time high was. So we will see. Could go back and forth. This is all partly because the stock market is dropping, and that is partly because we are seeing maybe interest rates rise, and it's going to be interesting. So what's happening is all the traders and everything are going to risk off assets. So that means Bitcoin is treated as a risky asset or a risk on asset. And so when stuff is uncertain, traders and the big institutions, they rebalance their portfolio and they move the risk off. Doesn't mean they won't come back. No, absolutely not. Especially if they see things going up and up, if they see a big profit and things stabilize a little bit. You know, when things are uncertain, stuff always crash, and it's going to be interesting to see if Bitcoin recovers quicker, if it takes more time. So we will see in the future. And this is one of the things that I thought could cause an overall VeVe crash, or VeVe to go down and lose its momentum. It's still been doing well. Again, VeVe is still closed ecosystem, so it's a little bit harder to move stuff to and fro. I think once we get to Immutable X, once we open up MTL, once we open up kind of the platform, it will be a little bit more affected by what the overall market does. NFTs have been doing a little bit better in general, but yes, just be aware of that, and that's okay. Don't invest more than you could afford to lose, and you'll be confident in your decision because you see VeVe, you see some of these NFTs, not all of them, some of these NFTs, specifically on the VeVe platform. That's why I say some, because a lot on OpenSea are not, as the future and of collectibles and the VeVe-verse and metaverses and all that good stuff. All right, so today we have the spectacular Spider-Man number 132. This is the end to Kraven's Last Supper. Kraven, the Kraven story. So we saw yesterday, I will be giving you a live reading as we move on here. I have been doing a live reading past 2 times, which was a lot of fun for me. And if you enjoy it, let me know. If you're like, I could do without it, let me know too, because I'm always trying to make this stream loads and loads better. So it's always super fun. I did voices. Kraven has a wonderful voice. And then Vermin has a wonderful voice. I had a lisp as a kid, so it's very easy for me to do that. And so, yes, we started out. I won't spoil the story if you haven't read it yourself, but if you want to stick around, the live comic reading will take place after the drop. I found that's the best while we're waiting for the market to open. And especially Kraven killed Spider-Man, Spider-Man came back, and then we're moving on from, or I guess Kraven put on Spider-Man costume, became the Spider. It's really interesting, and it's interesting to me because I'm not a huge comic buff, but Kraven's saga, it takes place in a non-linear fashion. I mean, if you read this together, it all makes a lot of sense. It's very linear, but it goes from he shoots Spider-Man, and that's Web of Spider number 31. Then it skips to Amazing Spider-Man 293, and then it skips again to Spectacular Spider-Man number 131, and then at the very end we end up at was it the Spectacular Spider-Man number 132. So it's like they're kind of together and kind of not, and they jump to different seasons. So I'm really curious. Comics, that's why it's always been a little bit intimidating getting into comics, because you see stuff like that so often in comics as well. Now, I saw something on Cavell's channel last night. He was saying there's some sort of leak, but this was something I was pretty sure was confirmed already, just maybe wasn't spoken about. And that kind of goes for that Pokemon video that resurfaced, the VeVe Vaults, I think, discovered, where Alfred Kahn is talking about the metaverse and working with Niantic and stuff like that. And that is, again, it's kind of like, we know this is coming. We are trying to search for news. We're trying to search for new stuff. We're trying to understand what's coming next, especially because we have the Killer Croc statue on the way, which is going to be very cool. Will this be huge? It's the FA battle statue, so this is the first time they've done like kind of a diorama. Now, I've heard people argue maybe the first time is actually the Homer and Bart, because that's kind of the first time they featured two actually battling, like physically battling, the Homer and Bart statue. So I don't know. This is a beautiful statue, though. A little bit more expensive, 120, so it will limit some people's entry into it in the lower market, which might be good, but still not very expensive as far as like overall VeVe is concerned. So keep that in mind. Only 8,888 editions. Where will this fall? You know, we could probably look at the Batman Who Laughs, because I think that has a similar amount of editions. Granted, the Batman Who Laughs, I think, is in season 2. So let's go ahead and check out the NFTs here. Oop. And see where the Batman Who Laughs is, and we'll kind of like talk about what price we could see. The price on the drop will obviously be different than the price a few days or a week after. So number 89 Batman is Batman Who Laughs. So 440, maybe or maybe not, is 440 right now. He did get all the way up to like 610, 650, and then dropped down. And this is Series 5. I believe he is in Season 2. So there's about twice the amount. The reason I bring up Batman Who Laughs is that he is in a later season. Because Season 1, all this Batman stuff really clouds. Anything Season 1 is just killing it. So the Series 5 black and white Batman helps you. Robin might be a little bit of a predictor as well. Actually, let's see how many. 12,800, so it has a little bit more additions. And where are the other Series 5? So we have, okay, so the 06, number 71 Batman. So 6,800, a little bit closer. Where has this one gone? Total market listings, get rid of that. Let's put them around 400. Again, these are part of a set, and this one will be a single set to itself. So I think we'll see it launch around 1,000-ish, maybe more, and then we'll see it kind of retrace a little bit. So just be patient if you can't get it on the drop. Again, I don't know. We could see everything boom back up if they don't announce anything really huge. Again, there is this overall market trend where people are kind of de-risking. So will we see that affect the VeVe floor prices? Will we see Bitcoin and then the stock market affect VeVe? I don't know. It didn't early on. Might it now? It could and it could not. So this is a really interesting time for VeVe, and we'll see if it's highly correlated or not this next couple weeks. Now, that's going to be a little bit, so I'm trying to get rid of this spam comment. That's going to be a little bit dicey. So if this next week, nothing big is announced, I think we'll see an uptrend. But if we don't, then it could be a little bit more correlated to the stock market, Bitcoin market than we have seen so far. If we do get a big announcement, I do kind of expect a big drop as people try and sell stuff to get gems. So we'll see. A few recent trades I've been looking at and making. So let's go back to the NFTs home here. I'm going to look at comics. I don't want to look at Batman though. Oh, I'm excited for Detective Comics. I'm excited for, I really am excited for graphic novels eventually, getting limited editions of that. That'd be amazing. So let's go ahead and look at the comics, couple trades that I've been making recently. And I've been looking at doing different stuff. So my goal is to, remember, I have the 3-bucket strategy. So accumulate gems, accumulate blue chip stuff, and then my things in the middle are my trading capital. So what I've been trying to do is buy stuff for trading capital. And eventually my trading capital, what I want it to be, is probably a lot more in the common variety. Because again, as I speculated before with when Pokemon, is that the common variety is accessible to most people. That's not what I want. It's accessible to more people. So as you go up in price, you have a lot less people that can even buy any of those. So the common is going to be the most liquid and the easiest to sell in general. And we'll probably have, percentage-wise, some of the better price movement. The exception is the secret rares and ultra rares of the respective category that are top of their respective category. Why? Because those are the big money and the big whales are playing in those. So those ones can see double, triple, easy big price movements. The middle area, the uncommon, rare, ultra rares that are, again, unless ultra rare is the top of that individual series or what have you, we have seen those lag in price a little bit more. There are exceptions to that rule, of course, as we've seen Fantastic Four, number 13, the rare and ultra rare, because it's a certain cover. So again, this goes into the research aspect. If you try and understand the stuff, you can get ahead. But in general, those prices have lagged behind a little bit. And so those are where you can find some really good deals of grail-ish pieces that you might want. So for me, those grail pieces so again, the golden moments, of course, the Todd, Rizzo's probably including that, Marvel Comics #1. But what are kind of the the up and coming Grail pieces, anything in Series 1, first appearance, especially Batman. Remember Cornos, maybe. That's not Season 1, but Unicornos, perhaps. I'm not convinced yet, but again, any major series. So Season 1, Batman especially, and a lot of first appearances. So first appearance of Storm, first appearance of even the Marvel Mighties, so Doctor Doom and stuff like that. Those are going to be, I think, important. Those will be Grail, or those would be blue chips, kind of the mid caps, I would say, and they will continue to move up along with the bigger stuff, especially the ones that come from earlier seasons as we move on in seasons and get a little bit later. Those first appearances, those will become more rare and more rare because we've already had a whole bunch of first appearances. You can't do another first appearance of Storm. It's already been done. So we'll see different X-Men, we'll see different first appearances. So those are also what I look at as well. But I am trying to stack more gems, and those gems will be put into commons, and I'll be stacking more commons because the commons you can sell 1 or 2 at a time instead of selling one big one at a time and being like, oh, I messed up because I sold the price was at 2,000 but it went up to 3,000. Well, if you have 10 of them, you don't mind too much because then you can sell one instead of 200, you can sell at 300, and you can just be patient. So that is my plan going forward. And then here we go. So the Avengers, Young Avengers. So Young Avengers, I have a secret rare. It just eclipsed back around 500. So I'll probably be letting go of this if it gets higher. I've held on to this since it was released. I did not get this on drop. I FOMO'd in a little bit and bought it right after the drop, and it was more expensive than I wanted to be. It has eclipsed my price, so I might be getting out of this one. Again, this does earn me some MCP points, but I'm much more concentrated on gems right now. And then my strategy is kind of, it changes. The 3-bucket strategy maintains that way, but it changes based on the overall market. So right now, the overall market, we've seen kind of a downtrend. This is when you want to have gems to buy stuff or to just hold on and kind of see what's happening. So keep that in mind. All right, what time? 7:53, almost time for the drop. If you're in the comments, say hello. If not, they're not here then. That's fine. So let's look at these comics. So he's battling Vermin. This, I really like this secret rare. I really wish all of them, though, were that simple black and white. So we've seen this number 3 and number 6 secret rare are not the simple black and white. But it's fine. And maybe 3 and 6. So maybe that says something. They're multiples of each other. So we're back down here. Then we see the individual art, the black and white, him smashing into a bunch of rats, you know, Vermin. Vermin who eats, he's a cannibal. He eats people. We saw him in the very first scene of the very first one go ahead and eat a lady, which was very rude. It's a lady. All right, let's get ready for this. I think I'm going to try and use the massage gun technique because I've not been getting anything. Let me put on some music for a minute. I'll be right back as we try and catch this. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my massage gun. All right, back here. We got the massage gun. We're getting ready for this big drop, about 5 minutes or so. You remember, I am a little bit ahead of you in time. So if you're watching, just keep that in mind. That is fine. Let's try this massage gun technique because my timing technique, the align gate technique, none of that has been working for me at all. I've not got a single drop. And I'm assuming it's because And this is good for us. And this gives me hope that, we're going to, some of this bear trend stuff that's happening in the overall markets, we're going to make it through, because a lot of people, I think, have been going for these 30,000 editions. I haven't gotten one. Very few people I know have gotten one, and typically a few of us get it. That's even when hundreds of thousands of people are going for it. So that means just a lot more people, a lot of new money is coming into the platform, which is a positive thing. These are still lottery tickets, and I think they will be for quite a while. If you have the chance to make $7 or $60 into something crazy like Spider-Man has become, or even some of the Batman, like why wouldn't you do that? I should probably chug that green drink. It's gonna be gross later. All right, so let's get ready here. 7:56. Let's make sure this bad boy is on, and then we're gonna do live comic reading. So if I don't, stupid software type, if we don't get the drop, I will try and do a rebound. I'll still try and do a rebound at 4 minutes and stuff, and then I will do the live comic reading. All right, so remember, we discussed, will the bear market mess up things for VeVe? It could if there is one, certainly. It makes a lot of sense that it would. All right, I'm gonna go to today's drop. I'm going to align, and so the way we do this is we use our massage gun, and I know people use the fork attachment. I didn't have good luck last time with that, and we essentially like place it right behind, and we'll see our finger vibrating, and that's the perfect timing when we want to do it. And we're basically like a machine at that point. Like, it is so incredibly fast. So I am definitely gonna try this. We'll see what happens. Buena suerte, right? Good luck to us. I'm very I'm super excited. Last time I tried it, I had the ball attachment on because that's what I practiced with. And then someone's like, oh no, you need a fork attachment. I'm like, oh, and I switched it last minute. And I'm sure it probably works really well with the fork attachment. I just didn't practice with it. And so I kind of messed myself up on that one. And so I'm going to try it. Thank you to Moon Sherpa if you're in the chat. Awesome. Thank you so much for telling me about this. I think you found it from someone on TikTok. I also have more TikToks coming up. I actually ordered a new phone, and it should be coming Monday, but I'm on a family plan, so it's just like cheaper for all of us. So we kind of all pay my parents. And oh, my camera thing just went off, so I thought it went off. All right, 7:58. Let's make sure we're ready. So anyways, long story short is that because I'm not the main account holder, it is so annoying to deal with cell phone stuff. So anyways, the point is waiting for your phone, and it should be here pretty soon-ish. Okay, we're under a minute. I'm gonna play music. Hope no one gets one, as always. I think that one worked. Looks like we got it. That's pretty exciting. Finally. It says order received processing. I haven't seen my gem balance go yet. Let's look at my phone and see if it says that I have one. Ooh, I got it. Yep. 6720, and then I'll see the rarity. Woo. Alright. We'll see if we can rebound too. Let's go to the warp clock. Alright, finally got one. Oh, my cat is playing with my pen. Sorry, Sibby. I'm not boring you. You're doing enough stuff with cat-wise. 2 to 420. 0 for 6. Ah, sorry to hear that, man. Get yourself a massage gun now. I mean, this is one of the few techniques that, you know, most people can do most of the techniques. This is one of the few ones that, you know, massage guns are not cheap. They're still, this one is actually fantastic. And, come here, Sips. She's trying to, like, lay on me. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, I guess that's how it's gonna be. All right. Jeez. So, sweet, 2 to 420. Close. All right, we'll try and get the rebound. And then I'm essentially gonna do it right around 4 minutes. And again, I'm 15 seconds off from you, right around 4 minutes. I'm gonna keep on clicking right now, but right around 4 minutes, I'm gonna try the massage gun technique again. Although it probably won't matter too much because of the way it airs out is a little different. But we will see, Massage gun technique for the win. I finally found out how to do it. Yeah, I will. Let me, let's get past these rebound stages and see. And actually, it's funny because I didn't have enough gems. So I got the purchase and I was like, oh, I don't have, because I remember I bought a whole bunch of comics to hopefully trade. And I'm like, oh, I can't believe. And that's one cardinal rule is you never want to spend all your gems, which I didn't listen to my own self on that. So I put some stuff on sale and it hasn't sold yet. I forgot I had like 2 gems in my account. I'm like, oh no, is that going to screw up? The one time I get it, I'm going to screw myself up. But yeah, I will show you the technique. It's not too crazy. It's hilarious though. And it has you moving quicker than any human possibly could. You're a machine-assisted human at this point. Oh, no, huh? Okay, we're at 8:03. CB, you're gonna have to get down and eat. Oh, no. I think my, no! My VeVe, air it out, so it's not giving me the buy button even. Oh, come on. Let's load. I think my, no, I don't want that statue. Okay. Well, at least I have one order pending delivery. That's always exciting. Not upset about that. Okay. I think we missed that that drop. So let me show you really quickly, Tito V20. Alright. So what you do in the massage gun, I am more comfortable using the ball head. I've seen people use the fork. And so here's what you do. You turn it on. So it's on right now, right? You can see it like vibrating crazy fast. Take your finger. And you're just gonna put it right on the tip. And see it just vibrates my finger really quickly. And then you're just gonna place that. You're gonna align your button on your screen, your air button, with your buy now button. And it's gonna slightly, and just do it a few seconds, like 3 or 4 seconds before. Just slightly place your finger and you'll just see it go like just crazy quick. And so you don't want to do it up near your knuckle because it's not going to get it. You want to do it, I do it right here, or you can do it maybe a little bit lower, but I think this is just perfect. And I don't do it directly. I do it kind of off to the side. So just slightly vibrating my finger. And then, yeah. So let me see if I can actually plug in my GoPro and I can show you what it maybe looks like. I can't show you what it looks like on the screen because there's no buy now button. What if, let me see if the Batman buy now button is up, or I can even click it. It is up, so I can show you on this one. Here, I can show you how fast it is because it's stupid ridiculous. And thank you again, Moon Sherpa, for calling attention to that. Who, me? Alright, let me plug in my GoPro quick, huh? It's not the most wonderful camera, but it's a camera nonetheless, and I think you should be able to see it. Cords all over right now because I've been recording stuff. And then I'll try and get the next drop here. Alright, so let's try this. Let's try this and this and this. One moment. Of course that's too big. Okay. What you doing, girl? Alright, hopefully I think that's plugged in. See where this gets us. And then I can hopefully show you on the screen what it looks like and how quick it is. What it should look like. Alright, sorry about I had still the music on. It doesn't glitch on you. If you do it too often, it will, like if you start at 10 seconds after or 15 seconds after a little while, it will like freeze up. And even when I'm just clicking, I line it with my finger without, and I click it too early, it will freeze up and stop. So that's why I say like do it 3 or 4 seconds before. Just place your finger on it and practice definitely. But no, typically it's been fine so far. I've only done it a couple times. This is the second time I've tried it, and it worked really well. The first time I messed up. I want to get done with this green drink. It's not bad, but it's not good. Again, it's supposed to be healthy. All right, so I think I got that camera hooked up. I think we're ready to go in that front. Let me turn this on. All right, so that's on. Stream overlay. All right. Low battery. Okay. All right. That should be able to see that soon if it's connected even. Where's all this stuff going? Okay, well, it's not connected, so there's my problem. Okay. GoPro, I know you're here somewhere. All right, let's add it in here. New media source, video. Video capture device. Okay. Yes. All right. There we go. All right. So here you can see my iPad. Oh, you know what? Well, okay. I'm going to show you this because so you can see my iPad. Let me turn my light off. See if that makes a difference. All right. I'll turn up the brightness on my screen. So I just want to show you how it looks from the outside. Just because. So we've lined up the buy now button with the error message. Of course, my GoPro battery runs out. Why wouldn't that? Oh, that's so annoying. All right, we're still gonna try this. 8:10, so we have about 2 minutes left. All right. One last plan here. One last call to action. Let's see. All right. I'm just going to plug in something really quick. All right. That should... All right, I'm just going to charge my GoPro here for a minute. Sorry, we're staring at a black screen. Turn this off. Turn that off. All right, come back to reality. Oops, not that one. And I don't need that. There we go. Cool. All right. So back in action. I will show you once my GoPro charges again. But I wasn't ready for that. So anyways, all right. Back in action. And I'll show you, I can show you really easily on the Killer Croc what it looks like. And it's insane how quick it is. All right, so I still have an order pending delivery. And we have passed 12-minute mark. So I'm not going to try for a rebound anymore. So we might as well just read the comic. If you want me to cover anything else. So we're waiting. So a little recap of what I said. Market conditions. Cryptocurrency market. Not good. So we are down overall. Expected to see support around 30,000. Had really strong support in the crash in May. Hopefully it'll bounce around there. The overall market in general for stock market and everything has been down as well. So everything's just kind of crashing. And the VeVe market also down a little bit as well. We are very curious to see if it's correlated. Again, can't take out money easily. And it's not connected with Immutable X. So the less connections there are, the less likely there'll be high correlation because it's not liquid in between the markets. But the more connections there are, they'll be more correlated. In general, I think NFTs will hold value a little bit better as we see collectibles in general in the real world also hold their value better. But that is to say, it's not easy in the real world to buy and sell collectibles. So I think that's an important part that people are missing. It's very difficult to buy and sell collectibles. So by the time a big crash happens, people aren't ready. Big crash happens, you want to sell a little bit before or right after the crash happens maybe because you want that cash, and then you want to buy stuff or you just want to hold the cash. But collectibles, it takes, sometimes weeks. If you're selling on an eBay or through an auction or whatever, it takes weeks to sell. By that time, the thing might be over or it's just kind of too late. You can't pay your bills. But once VeVe is up and running, you're going to probably have your cash within a day or two. So that might not be entirely true for VeVe or digital collectibles. I don't know. I have no clue what's going to happen in the future with that. But that is one possibility that we could see. But so far, collectibles seem to be affected less in general as like an asset class, I guess you could refer it as. I don't know what you'd say. So a little recap, and then we're going to read the comic here. And then we have the battle statue coming up. I think it's probably going to be launched, on the market for about 1,000. Probably settle maybe around 1,200-ish. It's not first season. It is the first battle statue. It looks amazing. There's only 8,888 editions. We compared it to the season 2 Batman Who Laughs, which is a first appearance. This is also a first appearance of Killer Croc, Batman Who Laughs. They're both not super popular characters. That's why I compared them. Batman Who Laughs does have a little bit more editions than this one. So, but it's also a season 2. Yeah. So it's hard to know, but I think this will fetch a pretty good price in the aftermarket, around 800 to 1,000 once things settle down. I expect to see some sales. People trying to sell for 2,000-3,000, especially low mints are going to always go a little bit higher for sure. Okay, let's go ahead and connect and read this comic, which I know you've been waiting for. All right, so this is the Spectacular Spider-Man number 132. Poor Kraven. Sad man. Having a hard time as of late. And we will do this, wait for the market to open. Then we'll check out how this is doing. We'll check out and see what I got on the drop. I probably will just hold this. If it's a secret rare, maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. I might just hold it though. I'm going to close. The Marvel app is a little bit jinky sometimes. It doesn't like do what I want it to do. So what are we looking for? This Spectacular Spider-Man. See if we can search that. Spectacular. And then we'll see. All right. Boom. Okay. Spectacular Spider. That should hopefully be enough to get us there. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man. Should be it. And what issue is it again? It's 132. So we had 131 in the series already. Even just like the artwork is really fun to look at for all these. Oops, went way too far. 132. Here we go. Let's read this bad boy. What's up, Pavel? Welcome back. Let's go. We're gonna do the comic reading. Waiting for it. I did get the drop. If you got the drop, let me know. Hopefully, you can get a rebound as we're waiting here. All right. Spectacular Spider-Man. The conclusion. This conclusion to the Ascending. So a little recap on what happened in the story so far. Issue number 1, we had Spider-Man get shot in the face by Kraven himself. Kraven, little Russian aristocracy running in his blood because he wanted to be the Prime Hunter. So he then buried Spider-Man and took his costume and started to act like Spider-Man around town. He then proceeded to beat the shit out of, or beat the crap out of a lot of different people and just be the Spider-Man that Peter Parker really isn't. And we had Vermin make an appearance. So Vermin is right here on the cover. He lives down the sewers. He's kind of a rat. He speaks like this. I don't know. I'm just assuming he does. That's my voice for him. And Vermin is a cannibal. So he ate a woman in like the opening scene. And what happens is Kraven captures him. And then Spider-Man awakes himself from the grave, crawls out of the grave. Presumably, he was shot with potions and stuff that Kraven shot him with. He wasn't actually killed. He then goes back to Mary Jane, unshowered, very important. They make sweet love. Again, unshowered. Didn't see him shower. They kissed right away. I didn't see him wash his costume. And he went out, fought Kraven, found Kraven, and then found Vermin. Vermin released Kraven and said, all right, let's see what you got. You know, Vermin, he's the reason you're here. He's the bad guy. And Vermin started to battle Spider-Man. And Spider-Man almost beat the crap out of Vermin. And then was like, no, he held back. So what happened is Kraven realized that Spider-Man, Peter Parker, was a really actually good, genuine person. And that he was more than just this prime apex predator, but he was a good person. So Kraven is like, my watch, my hunt is done. Goes to a casket that he already has laid out for himself. Jumps in it and shoots himself. So Kraven is no more. Really like, I got like chills when I read that. And we are now in the conclusion. Spider-Man is chasing down Vermin. And that's where we are today. Let's go. I don't want to be down here. It's so dark. I want to be home with my wife. Spider-Man's crawling through the sludge underneath the city. So dark. He's remembering, most likely, when he was in the casket. Where it's warm and safe and secure. I'm afraid. Let me out. I'm so afraid. But I can't let my fear stop me. God, please, don't let it stop me. So Spider-Man's so cool because he does talk about himself a lot. He self-reflects a lot of Mr. Planet Prophet. Oh, what's up? Hey, man. Thanks for joining me. God, please don't let me. Please don't let it stop me. Spider-Man crawling through the sludge. The worst of it is over. I'm not dead. Kraven's demented game, dragging me, burying me alive. I'm not dead. Oh, but down here, it feels so much like it when I was... Chunk. A little flashback to when they were going to bury him. No, this isn't a coffin. It's a sewer. It's one that locked me away. I've come down here because I want to. I don't want to be here. Because I have to. Because Vermin's here. I can't let him run loose. He's a killer. He's not human. Let somebody else catch him. He eats people. These past weeks while I've been dead, I'm not dead. He's been out in the street hunting, feeding, and Kraven. Ah! He gets bit by a rat. No! Flings the rat. Not so soon. I didn't want to find him so soon. I need time to rest. I need a little rest that I've been through. Look at them swarming. Too much. I can't just have a little peace, just a few moments, as the rats swarm around Spider-Man like maggots, being afraid. Get them away from me, you vermin. I'm warning you. Flashback to being laid in the coffin, and they're going to drag me back. Files on him. He was just a man once until Baron Zemo experimented on him. Mutated him into the darkness. A little flashback to him getting buried again. Back to the sewer. Some kind of man rat. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. Yes, I am. But there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong as long as I don't turn back. As long as I do what's right. Shunk. Flashback to getting buried. Detective Carson? Yo! That anonymous caller sure was right, huh? This place. Sure did belong to Kraven. Seems that way. Lots more than seems, sir. We found something. What? Looks like a confession. Was Kraven wearing Spider-Man's outfit, slipping it on? The final confession of Kraven the Hunter. Signed, Kraven. It's interesting that he doesn't have a formal name. He does just call himself Kraven. And quite a confession it is, Brodsky. You little rats ran away, vermin. They always run. They always end, don't they? I want to run away. It's just you and me now. I can't stand the stench. So come out wherever you are. I hope I don't get sick. Why am I doing this? Ah! Vermin leaps out. What's the matter, vermin? Something got in your throat? Stale, stupid, useless jokes. You shouldn't have followed me, Spider-Man. You should have left me alone. Alone! Ah! God, we're going. Ploosh! They jump in the sewer. Oh, that's nasty. Again, he hasn't showered yet. We haven't seen him shower, so he's definitely gonna get sick. I'm not dead. Shoosh! Spider-Man jumps back up with Vermin on his back and back down into the sewer. I'm not dead! As we flash back to him digging through his own grave. But what if I am? He smacks Vermin. Ah! They wrestle more in the sewer. What if it wasn't a drug? What if I never really came up? What if I'm still down there? What if I really am? They go back into the water. I'm not. Ah! Vermin splashes him. Ooh! Back and forth. They're battling. Ploosh! Back into the water. Dead. Shunk. Flashback to him being buried again. Spider-Man? Where are you? You can't hide from me. I'll find you. Where are you? You're gonna hit me, hurt me again. You're not. Everybody hurts me. Everybody. Why don't they just leave me alone? It's not my fault that I get hungry, is it? Or he's somewhere. I just know it. Spider-Man, we can see him in the corner. And he's going to hurt me again, all over again. I can't take another beating. He almost killed me last time. He's bad, that's so Spider-Man. Oh, he's so bad, bad, bad. He's going to kill me. Kill me dead. I'm not going to kill you, vermin, as he whips him with webs to the sewer. I told you before that it wasn't me who came after you last time. It was Kraven. Kraven! You always away from me, bad spider. Man, you always away, or I'll call my little rats and have them... No! He gets punched in the face by Spider-Man. Why did I do that? You so much as whisper those rats of yours, and I will kill you, I'm afraid. Then I won't call him. I won't. I don't want to hurt him. Remember, he didn't ask for this, Zemo. Zemo did this to him. There's a man buried in there. I won't. Buried. And I've got to find him some way to stop him. Listen to me, Vermin. Alive. And help him. I don't want to hurt you. I don't. No? No. I want to stop your hurt. Oh, that would be nice. I want to take you up. No, hit and hurt and hurt and hit. Out of the darkness. Out of the darkness. No! He snaps out of the webbing. Chud. Flashback to where we see Spider-Man getting buried. Going back and forth. The light is bright and warm and terrible. I love the blackness, the cold, the wonderful filth. Yeah! Swipes Spider-Man. I don't want to be here. It's so dark. I want to be home, away with my wife, home. Sploosh! Spider-Man jumps back in the water. It's so dark. Where it's safe and secure. Sploosh! I'm afraid. Running? Let me out. He's running. I'm so afraid. He's mine. But I can't let my fear stop me. Yes, I can. Spider-Man is running away in the sewer. Please don't let it stop me. Vermin's chasing after him, catches him, pushes him under the water again. Run. Run. Keeps on running. Vermin chasing after him with his rats. Run, but not away from the darkness. Up there. He's up there. Should I? Should I? Vermin's considering going up, out of the sewer. Of course I should. Up. Katang jumps out of the sewer. The grate lifts off mightily. Into the light. Oh no! Vermin is up out of the sewer in the middle of the street. A whole bunch of cars surrounding him. Ah, no! Of course he's freaking out, as anyone who really has never seen the light would. Chud, flashback to being buried. Honk honk. Vermin is in the middle of the street. Spider-Man, just like many a lady, saves him into the light. That's him, isn't it? Isn't that our cannibal killer? Well, we need backup, lots of it. As cops rush onto the scene, they just saw Vermin jump out of the sewer. So bright, so bright! Spider-Man lands in front of the police with Vermin. I don't think so. Take it away, please, take the light away! Vermin's freaking out, but Spider-Man's wrapping him up. Listen, too, he's whimperton like a little puppy? The cop exclaims. Vermin, there's a man going to call. His name is Reed Richards. If anyone can help you, he can. No, I don't want your help. I don't. Just a little aside, Reed Richards is the lizard. He's the one who turned himself into a lizard in Spider-Man. So he's a doctor who turned himself into an animal. And yes, that makes sense. He could probably help Vermin. Well, you're going to get it, whether you want it or not. Heck of a thing, huh? After all he's been through, all Kraven did to him, he's still got it. You just look out for this murdering beast. After all Kraven's done. How can we know what Kraven's done? Kraven's confession in the newspaper, Daily Bugle. So Kraven, he kind of ruined Spider-Man. Just a little side, if you didn't see the other ratings, Kraven kind of ruined Spider-Man's reputation by beating the crap out of everyone. So Kraven's confession was that he was Spider-Man for the past couple weeks, and, you know, to help his name out, because Spider-Man's always fighting public opinion, right? All right, back to the comic. Heck of a thing. Oh well, I suppose I'll find it once I get back to Kraven's townhouse. God. Well, Spider-Man isn't aware that Kraven's confessed yet. Although I don't think Kraven will be there, I got the feeling when he told me that he was giving up the hunt for good, that he meant it. God, it's so good to be back. Guess I'll find out soon enough. Back in the light. Spider-Man, Mary Jane, sitting there looking at a photo album or a magazine. Ah, it is a photo album. I called it. Nice. So she's back looking. Peter Parker. Creak. Peter? Peter, you're home. He comes in through the front door in his Spider-Man outfit. Again, you're home. She jumps and hugs him. Again, I want to note, he's been through the sewer now. He just battled through the sewer. He's still not showered from crawling out of his grave. She is fully embracing him. Just want to say that. All right? Just going to say that. So this looks like Kraven's mansion. We see Kraven in his casket after killing himself. His bodyguards or housemen or whatever you call them sitting there respecting him with his leopard print loincloth draped over the casket. The men carry him out as pallbearers do. And, oh, you got me. So that burying scene that we saw earlier, which was very similar, if not the same, to Spider-Man being buried, was actually for Kraven. We see Kraven, his loincloth draped casket being lowered into the ground. Sergei Kravenov, Kraven the Hunter. He died with honor. Shunk, as they bury him. Shunk. Spider, spider, burning bright in the force of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? Oh my god! I'm getting chills, like seriously. Wow. Kraven's last hunt. I didn't know, after Kraven's dying last time, I didn't know how they could end it. And that was a really nice way to wrap it up. Still have a problem with Spider-Man not showering, but I think I can look past that. Well, that was a fun book to read. That was a fun series. Definitely a great series to kick off kind of the series of Spider-Man. Let's see if the market's open. That was really good. That was really fun. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of the series, what you thought of that last comic, if you didn't see the rest of my readings. So, and that's what I'm going to be doing for every comic, is I will be reading it after the drop. So if you don't want to see it, or you can mute me while it's happening, or let me know if that's not something that you want to see in general. It's kind of an experiment. I love acting and doing voices and all sorts of stuff, but I think it's a fun thing to do. All right, we haven't gotten that yet. Let's see if I have received my comic. I still have one order pending delivery. Again, I did use the massage gun technique, so that worked out pretty well. All right, cool. So we are running, again, Planet Profit, Pavel, Keto 420. If you're in here, Brendan Z, if you're in here, let me know if you received one of these bad boys today. I was 0 for 5, and then today I got one. Again, I used the massage gun technique. You gotta sometimes partner with the machines, not in the bad way, as in the bot way, but you gotta augment your hands to make sure that you're able to get one. So market not up quite yet. That is just fine. I know we have more to talk about. So I'm gonna venture on over to Reddit. And one thing I want to call attention to is that Pokemon Day is February 27th. So I know we have a Pokemon game releasing on the 28th. It seems a little bit, I feel like they're going to do a pretty big lead up if and when they do Pokemon. So I feel like they should also be on exchanges by then. It would be wasteful to not be on a bunch of exchanges and announce Pokemon. Just saying. Okay, so let's check VeVe collectibles. It was funny when the guy originally started this, he spelled it collectables or tibbles, collectables with an A, but there's two ways to spell it, and he was like upset. He's like, oh, I misspelled it, but you can spell it both ways. I think the more traditional spelling is the collectibles with an I. All right. Market dip. All right, let's read this. Market dip for about 24 hours and pumping coming. This has been a consistent pattern when a popular drop is coming. Be patient and get stuff you really like or have been targeting at a discount. Peak dip will likely be late evening today, 122. Okay, let's see if this person's right. And then the excess coins will flow back into premium and rare collectibles and comics. The only thing that extends this dip is if they announce something equally or more popular than Batman and Joy. So let's see if they're right. Again, this is coinciding with a huge dip in the stock and crypto market. I don't think VeVe is going to be that correlated right now. Again, not until we open up a lot more, and then it still could not be that correlated. It's kind of its own thing. So keep that in mind. Sold 16 collectibles, all 3x profit, got this guy for 960. That's pretty cool. Spider-Man, worth it to get now for this price. So the Spider-Man, the common has really skyrocketed up to like 1,000. I think that one's just going to keep on doing well. You know, it's an FA Spider-Man. Peter Parker is the most popular Spider-Man. Miles Morales, I think, will move up in popularity for sure. And will be super popular once he's released on the app. And same with Spider-Gwen. I'm really excited for that one. Spider-Gwen's awesome. All the Spider-Man variants are like cool looking. There's not very many ones that aren't. That's why, because Spider-Man's kind of a ninja. He's cool. Message to Paper Hands. Let's read this one. Message to Paper Hands. I love you. Thanks for allowing me to buy things I want. You're the real MVPs of its app, the unsung heroes. The lower that floor goes, the better chance a few certain mints of items getting relisted lower, and it'll be my time to shine. Yeah, I agree. But, you know, everyone needs to do their own thing. I think overall, I am a long-term holder for most of my stuff. So 99% of what I have, I don't really touch. There's like a few things that I just go back, trade back and forth. So paper hands, you know, the term diamond hands and paper hands, diamond hands refers to you just hold forever. Paper hands refers to the exact opposite, is you get rid of it really quick. You want to be flexible, you want to be like water, you want to be somewhere in between. And you know, you need to change with the overall changing of the ecosystem. Right now, we're kind of in this uptrend. So what I want, sell things that I don't need, that I think are in huge profit, / don't want, trade it for more gems, and then use some of that profit to get things that I do want to hold long term. That's my strategy. If we're in a major downtrend, you want to put more stuff into gems. Again, I'm not going to sell my Todd Batmans or something, but I'm going to sell probably more than I normally would to put it into gems to get ready for things to be on steep discount. But we're not there yet. Are we going to even get there? I don't know. Are we going to have a huge bear market in this stuff? I don't know, because we're so early on and there's so many people coming in every day. So right now, my thing is to just sit and wait and hold the stuff that I think is very valuable. Mr. Rogers. Where the bill belong. All right, let's look and see. Let's do a quick little check and see if we are. No, that's not it. That's not what I'm trying to do. There we go. Let's go and see if the market is open yet. Sometimes I got to restart the app. 8:39. Market is open. All right, market is open. Let's see what this crazy Kraven number 6 is going for. Probably similar. Let's see what everything else is going for, and we'll see. All right, so the one before it, the common was going for what? Mid-20s, 30-ish? 19. Ooh, this has dropped. This has dropped quite a bit. You know, it was going for 40. The first two ones were going for 40 at one point. The commons were. This is going for about 27, 30s. So, all right, let's go and look at the other commons in the series. You just kind of see where they're at. 20, mid-20s for the second one. And the third, oh no, that's not, that's just the rare version. The third one in the series here, I believe this is. Oh no, this is yeah, this is the third one in the series. This one's going for 19. All right, so mid-20s, and we saw two of them at 19. So can we maybe expect to see them around 20 gems? All right, let's go back. See what it's is now. There's only a few commons released. 22 it's right at, so I'll probably be patient. You can probably pick it up below 20, seems like. And then the secret rare, people are selling for around 900, which is what we've seen pretty consistently, right around 900. No one's been selling for 1K too much for the secret rare, again, unless you have a really low mint or something. So that secret rare has been around 900, and I think that's what most of the secret rares of this series have been at, around that $900 gem mark. Oh, we saw part 5 has dropped to around 600, and then let's see where I think this is part 4 where he digs himself out. That's around 500, 600 as well. So you can get a whole bunch of secret rares, get a whole bunch of MCP points if you really love this series. I really did. I really loved enjoying it. Tito420, thanks for saying, I didn't see that, but thank you for saying it's open. I appreciate it. All right, so I would personally wait because we've seen the prices of the commons drop a little bit, and we've seen the secret rares for a lot of them are around, they're probably going to be all around a similar price, around that $600, $500 range. So like mid 500s is where it was, like 520, 550 for the secret rares. So probably just be patient. We do have a big-ish drop tomorrow. It's not a massive drop, but it is Batman. So we haven't had Batman drop in a while. So I think that will be pretty important. So again, patience pays for sure in this app. All right. I wanted to look and see if my comic arrived yet. See if I got a rarity. 1 pending delivery. If I get a secret rare, what I will probably do, if I can sell it for around 900, I will, seeing the prices of those other ones. And I think I can probably rebuy it around 5 or 6, which I might do, but I'll probably just save the gems for tomorrow's drop just in case. And of course, I'll be doing a live stream then as well, 30 minutes before it. And yeah, we shall see. Let's look at some other market prices because I think we've been down. So I want to look at the Todd market price because that one has been down a little bit. Again, this is after it going up 3 or 4x in a couple weeks. So keep that in mind for all these. Like all these are crazy, crazy pumped. I know the Joe Madeira Batman. I definitely want one of those. 1700 was kind of the price I was watching for him. So he's now dropped below 1700. It looks like 1.6. Yeah, there's 3 below 1.6. That's not a bad price for him if you have the gems. And that is probably a decent pickup. Do you want to be patient? Maybe. If you have, would I spend all my gems on him? No. But if I could buy 2, I'd probably buy 1 now and then wait. All right, so let's see the Todd McFarlane Batman. The floor price, 12.3K. So he's back up a little bit. He went up to around 13, almost 14K, then dropped down to a little, like, I want to say like 10,500 or 11,000, right around there. And now he's back up 12.3K. So he's doing well. We've seen that pop back up. He's a good indication of where the market is. C3PO pumped a ton. Let's see where C3PO is. I think he was around almost like 4,000. So it was around 3,000 right now, 2.9. So he dropped a little bit as well. And yeah. So lots of good options. What would I buy right now if I were to buy? So my plan is to probably stack some commons. I did already stack a few of Journey into Mystery might be a good stack. First appearance of Loki. And we're going to see Loki Season 2 coming out. I'm sure that's going to have... So I might stack a few of these below 100. We're seeing at 95 right now. Where's the Amazing Spider-Man at? This is probably 150-ish, right? 220. Wow, that has gone up. Okay. So I'll probably skip the Amazing Spider-Man for now. It's a little bit pricey. I saw Ray... What's his name? Ray... He's a huge Yakomi whale. I can't remember his name. Ray Fixie. There we go. He tweeted about Hitmonkey and how, like, this is a big deal. So obviously people listen to him, and Hitmonkey has since pumped I had bought a, oh, that might be a good. Uncommon Hitmonkey is pretty much the same price as the common. So could that be a good deal? I don't know. Let's see where the secret rare is. Probably around a couple thousand because the Hitmonkey was a 10,000 edition one. So yeah, so 4.3K. So that's actually a pretty big price on that one. But yeah, the common is up there. So maybe this would leave some space for the uncommon to run as well. That might follow in its place because the common is almost eclipsed the uncommon. I did get the drop today, Dush. Thank you. Did you get one? I know you've been like me. You've been 0 for 5 for a while. So I got the drop. I used the massage gun technique. If anyone doesn't know, you go like this. So I'm turning this on. I know people use the fork end. I like the ball end. I practice with this. Make sure you practice. Put it on the edge of your finger, and it literally just vibrates, right? Boom. It's going, it looks like my finger's just kind of wiggling, but it's going crazy fast, right? And, I think my GoPro is probably charging out, so I can probably show you what it actually looks like when you're doing it on the app. So I'll hook that up really quickly. Let's see if that this is charged. Are you charged? All right, it's charged enough. So we'll do this really quickly. I'm going to show you what it looks like on the app. It is insane. It is just insane how quick it is. But the first time I did it, I had practiced and then I screwed up. I didn't get it quite right. Okay, so I think we got it going. GoPro. Boom. Yep. All right. So here we are. You see my screen. Let me turn my light off. It's a little bit easier for you guys to see. Okay. Sorry, it's not pretty, but it'll do. So I'm going to go to the Batman drop. And then what you do is you go, scroll down, hit the buy now button, right? You see the error is. Align the error just like you would with the line gate. So you'd go like that with line gate, right? But look at it with... Oh, you're working. Okay, no worries, man. Getting that cheddar. So look at it with, you see my finger vibrating? Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. Man meets machine. Sorry, I'm not paying attention where I'm clicking, but I mean, the first couple times I wasn't paying attention where I was clicking, but right there I was looking at my screen and I was doing it correctly. So yes, that is what happens with that. And that's all you need to know. Whoops, let me turn my light back on. All right, cool. And then I practice it. So I'd practice it a few times. If you have a massage gun, might be worth looking into as well. Oh, let me turn off my GoPro here, and we will go back to viewing my iPad there. Ooh. My cat is now jumping up on me again. Okay, all right, you're good. She really wants to hang out. Okay, so, oh, I'm always interested, the feed, does anyone use the feed on VeVe? Like actually? Follow for follow. We know we don't get anything for follows, so this is kind of a dumb thing. They've said we don't. Buy a golden moment during the dip while you still can. If there's, there's kind of a dip right now. Hitmonkey. All right, let's go back to these. The Avengers, the Vision might be a decent deal. Is it still around? Yeah, might be worth picking a few of those up. Deadpool, the New Mutants, I would definitely pick a few of these up if they're still around 20-ish. What? 45. Ooh. I'd probably still pick a few of those up. Deadpool's super popular, and he has a pretty good appearance on the app as well, and he will continue to be popular as Ryan Reynolds plays him. So, yeah, I'd probably pick a few of those up. Probably stack those. Fantastic Four #1. If it's a decent price, I'd stack those. 175. A little bit too pricey for stacking, maybe. Ultimate Fallout. Definitely stack these for me. But this is going to be around 170, I think. 180 is what I last saw it. but I haven't checked it in a while. 129, so it's definitely dropped. So that might be good. It got up to like as high as 170. So that might be a good purchase right now to stack a few of those. What about first appearance of Doc Ock? This might be a good one to stack as well. 70, a little bit expensive. I think the first appearance of probably Goblin is cheaper, a little bit better to stack. So yeah, a couple ideas of things that you might want to stack in commons. Daredevil, I know, recently went up in price. The Amazing Spider-Man, number 50, where he kind of turns his back on it. 60 gems, not a bad thing to stack as well. And then curious, so this is the ultra rare that flipped the secret rare because it's the first variant cover that we ever had in VeVe. 1.6 Tay, 1.6K, and then it is still above the secret rare at 1,000. And then let's see, the rare has probably dropped around like 300 or so. Yeah, rare has dropped to around 300. It was at almost 600 last I saw it. So cool. I mean, that's about it for the market. We have seen a drop in a lot of stuff, you know, with a bigger announcement tomorrow with Batman Battle Statue battling Killer Croc. I think it's going to do pretty well on the app. The Killer Croc statue. It looks amazing. Looks really, really good. So the artist, when he spoke about it, if you read this article, he really wanted to give a sense of place. So you can see like these batarangs that are lodged into Killer Croc. So the battle's been going on for a while. You have the Gotham City, the logo of Gotham City, so you can see where it is. You see the piles of bones of victims of Killer Croc streamed around him, and then Batman has his batarang like lasso around his mouth, trying to pin him down. So just amazing. Batman is such a fun character. If you haven't played Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, if you can get those video games, they're pretty much in everything now. PC, PS4, PS5, I'm sure Xbox. Probably not on Nintendo Switch. I don't think it's on Nintendo Switch. But definitely check those games out. They're really good. Arkham Asylum in particular is like, it's a 3D kind of Castlevania, Metroidvania, I guess would be the correct term. And it's just so good. It's so much fun. You're constantly going back, exploring areas. It's very detailed. I had a lot of fun solving the Riddler puzzles. What do you think of the crypto market now? Unfortunately, I don't have funds for the next drop. 120 gems. Yeah, it is. And 120 gems is going to limit a good portion of the market from even trying to get it. So that's good and bad. I have 40 at the moment. Yeah, so you know, that's one of those things like you're just, this is a day when things are a little bit red. It's down. So this morning I did a little reading on the crypto market, and I'll recap that. Bad. It's not doing well. We have dropped below. Ooh, it's back up. It's back up. That's awesome. This is just back up from, oh no. Okay, I just hadn't reloaded this page. This was the page I was on. Okay, no, it's back. So yes, bad. 30,000 should be pretty firm support for Bitcoin, right around 30,000. I did expect that. 60,000 will probably be pretty firm resistance if and when we get up there. We have seen the overall stock market drop with possible rise of interest rates. The Fed says they want to rise interest rates, other macro environment things. So what's going on is that big traders and a lot of companies rebalancing a portfolio, they're going from risk on assets like Bitcoin to risk off assets. So cash and bonds and things that are safer for this macro environment. Big crashes like this usually don't last. The big question is, will this cause a prolonged bear market like we saw in 2018, 2019, a little bit of beginning of 2020 until March when we saw the big drop and then everything pumped back up. So will we see it? Again, I don't know. It doesn't feel to me like Bitcoin is going to stay down here for long, because I didn't feel like the run was done at all, because it had been moving sideways for so long and it hadn't doubled or tripled. It's like moving stair step up in a very like, it's not a mature asset, definitely. It's still very small, but it's been moving more like a mature asset in that it's been like stair stepping up and up a little bit here. So we just saw a big crash and everything has crashed today. Nothing was safe. That was the same for yesterday. So I'm patient. Usually if we see decorrelation between Bitcoin and the regular stock market, it means that Bitcoin has recovered quicker. That happens with gold. Decorrelation doesn't mean it doesn't go down at the same time, but it will mean this recovers quicker than the stock market, or vice versa. So I'm curious, I'm patient. Right now, the VeVe market is separated. I've talked about before, because we have Immutable X hasn't happened yet, cash out hasn't happened. So people's stocks going down doesn't trigger them to sell VeVe to try and get the money out, because it's not a quick process at all. And that's where collectibles have traditionally maintained their value. But I surmise that it's so difficult, it takes so long to sell a collectible, that maybe it's not worth selling, and that's why it's been kind of separate from the stock market and stuff. Whereas yes, Dash, I'm definitely a long-term holder. So the way I treat it, and I know every trader is different. So you can talk about short-term trading, swing trading, which swing trading means, so short-term is like you're doing within days and weeks. You're reading the charts, you're looking at the 5-15-minute charts and trying to really go back and forth. I kind of short-term trade with, or that's called scalping as well. I kind of short-term trade with VeVe because of the way the market's working right now, at least right now. Swing trading is you do cycles. So one cycle would have been in 2021 from like January, that area, until May when it blew up, and then 3 months after that it just went down, right? And we were in a technical bear market for a while. Well, if you're a swing trader, you would have been happy with selling at that top, taking your money, and then it would have dropped, and then you would have entered in back in slowly for the next swing. You would have then exited probably in December around as things got up to new all-time highs, and then waited, and then you maybe would have missed some profit, but you're okay with missing profit because that's not where you're not trying to hit the tops and the bottoms. You're just trying to get most of the move. You're trying to get most of the move. Long-term hold, in my opinion, is for Bitcoin in particular. I'm holding that 10 years for my Bitcoin. It's just going in an account, it's going to earn interest. That's it. That's all it's going to happen to it. It's safe, secure, whatever. I also have some Tezos. I have some Polkadot. I have a whole bunch of other stuff. Of course, Omi. Definitely have some Omi. Omi, longer term hold for sure. Some of the other stuff hasn't reached my price target, so I've been gathering it since 2018, just slowly adding to it when I could. I was trying to think of the name. Corona did affect my job, so I was out of a job for a while. I did have a different job. That job actually wants me back. So it took a little while. I took a little hit where I couldn't invest a lot, which was annoying because it was right at 2020, and that would have been a great time to invest stuff. But yeah, so longer term holder in general, somewhat of a swing trader. Once some of these things get up to price targets that I have, and that's why I'm hoping it's not over, because I really haven't done much selling, if any. The only selling I've been doing is to buy more stuff, to transfer from Coinbase to another place, to then go USDT, then to buy Omi. You know, that's the only stuff that I've done. So the gains and losses, they happen within an hour, and it's minimal, if anything. It's like 0.25%, and it probably is a little bit of loss or a little bit of gain. It's small. Yes, I have ledgers. I have ledgers and Trezors as well. I like Ledger a lot. I think it's easy to use. There's a lot of information out there. How many people are recommending it to me to get one? Many people, yeah. So there's the Nano X and the Nano S. The Nano S is cheaper, but I recommend the X. It's a little bit more expensive. You know, you got to think, is it worth it to you right now? Do you have $50 in crypto, or do you have several hundred, several thousand? It's definitely worth it to protect yourself, but would that $100 for the Nano X be better used in crypto and it's just sitting on Coinbase? Make sure to use two-factor authentication. Don't use cell phone, the SMS authentication. Use the app authentication, and definitely store the backup to that authentication, because it's annoying if you lose that backup and your phone breaks and you have to get a new one. You kind of lose access because it's just on a singular device, and you can't I think there's a way you can move it, but it's annoying to do it. So they give you usually a backup QR code that you can print out, or a backup like long seed phrase that you can use to get into the account again and then put it on a new device. So make sure you have a secure place where you can keep that. I have a little like filing cabinet that locks or something, or a fireproof something that's, it's kind of your life. You're building wealth, hopefully. I do do I have all six? I don't think I have the one from yesterday, but I bought the rest of them. Um, I definitely bought the first two. It's so hard to see if you have, because you have to like search through them all. It's really annoying. Let me see. Oh, well, let's see if my pending delivery, let's see if that's arrived yet. It might not have. Do 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 down, do 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 down, do 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 down. Sorry for the dead air there. Yeah, my pending delivery has not come. Uh, I don't have all of them. Short answer. I don't think I got the one from yesterday because I had told myself, and I think this was on stream, I said I'm gonna wait. I think it's gonna be around 20-ish gems. So I'm just gonna be patient, and we've seen prices drop. So now's a good time to pick up a couple of them if you want them. It's a really awesome comic series, as we found out. So I have the second one, definitely. I'm looking at it right now. You guys can look with me. So I have the second one there. What else? What else? I know I have the first, yeah, okay, first one and the third one. Okay, so I don't think I have the fourth and fifth, and then I just got the sixth. So I think I still need to get the fourth and fifth in the series. Can you sell a set of a collection on VeVe as a whole, or is everything separate? No, not yet. You can't sell sets, but that has been much requested, so I imagine that will be pretty big in the future. So right now it's like a singles trading game, but for those people that are collecting like sub-$100, sub-$1,000 sets of things, sub-thousand and sub-100 sets of things, those sets as a whole will probably go for more than they would individually. So that is a great future trade. Right now I'm trying to accumulate gems to get just bigger stuff. And then maybe those gems, once I see it's worth it in the future, I don't have enough gems and I don't have enough money that I want to put in here right now to make it worth it for me to go, because those really low, like the sub 100 mints, unless you get one or you get really lucky on finding it in the market, those really low ones, they go for like 3 or 4 times the floor price sometimes, and you're committing to holding that for much longer than you would something at floor price. You can't just quickly flip it if it goes up in price. You have to find the right buyer, and the right buyer has to find you. That's not easy to do right now. So you're committing to holding it for much longer. And the reason I say that is because you're locking up, let's say the floor price of something is 200 and something that's sub 100 goes for 1,000 or 1,200. You're locking up 1,200 gems for a longer time because it's going to be harder to sell it at that price or above. And if you only have 1,200 gems, that's a bad move in the short term, because you want to build gems first and then you start stacking those sub 100 things of a set and putting that away for long term. But in the meantime, you're locking up the cash that you do have, and you can't earn any more off of that. It'll end up well in the end, but you want to have a little short-term mobility. But yeah, so Ledger Nano S and Ledger Nano X. The Nano X has like way more memory. You can store like hundreds of coins on it. The Nano X, you can store like 5 at a time. So just, if you are going to get one, go for the X. It has a little screen on it. It's much easier to see. It's USB-C, which is really nice. And yeah, it's cool. It's really weird. They're called wallets, but they're really more like keychains, because your crypto lives in a house on a blockchain and no one can get at it unless they have the secret key. What the Nano X does is it stores that key, right? And then it's a key to the house. If you lose it, that's fine. You just get the key remade because you have your seed phrase. So that's why it's weird that we call it a wallet, because you could lose it, it could get destroyed, but your stuff is still safe in the house on the blockchain. You just need a new key to access that house. And you can always get a key remade if you remember the key pattern, right? So I think it's a little bit misnomer that we call them wallets. It's a little confusing when you're explaining it to a normal person. But yeah, the Nano X is really, really nice. It's pretty easy to use. There's a lot of tutorials. And then keep your seed phrases safe, please. Don't ever show them to anyone. Yeah, finding the right buyer is hard. Getting away from scams is hard. I know Randy Chavez, he does an escrow service. He was a little bit annoyed because he had 3 people who wanted to sell and then backed out at the last minute. So that wastes his time. It also makes him look bad to the buyer. So he's going to start charging his fee up front before anything happens. I mean, it. So what I was saying, Dush, is that wallets in general, all wallets behave like this. They're just a key to your stuff on the blockchain. That is correct. It is an offline wallet. It's what's called a cold wallet. When it's connected actively to the blockchain, it's called a hot wallet. So it is a cold wallet. Your keys are on there, and you need to access them with a passcode. No one else has access. Something like a MetaMask or different stuff, it's technically kind of always connected to the internet. So it's not as safe. Whereas this stuff, you're not connected unless you connect it. So, but no, it is a cold wallet or an offline wallet. But I probably shouldn't have gone into the why they call it a wallet when it's not like a wallet. Like, I don't have my wallet here, but our wallets with cash in it, if we lose it, the cash is gone, right? We don't have that cash anymore. But it's more like our house keys, where if I lose my house keys, my house isn't gone. Like, I just find new keys, or I have a backup to that key, right? That's more how it works. So anyways, long story short. So yeah, the crypto market could affect overall stuff. It's not looking great. 35K recovered a little bit. Expect to see support at 30,000. If it drops below 30,000 and stays there for a full day, stays there for a full week, that's definitely not good. That's bear trend territory in my mind for sure. We are in a bear trend. Make no doubt about that. Are we in a bear market? A prolonged bear market? I don't know. Again, I don't like to believe it is, but it's not always. You always want to sell up here, right? But hindsight's 2020. So, but VeVe's doing well. We'll see if VeVe's protected, and that's really exciting. All right, okay. So yeah, I do have some ETH. So Dash, I do have some ETH on my MetaMask, but I'm waiting to get paid so I can buy one. Yeah, cool. Yes, it's definitely much safer to store it on the ledger, and I believe on the ledger you can stake different currencies. Well, I know you can. I know you can stake Tezos. I know you can stake different currencies. ETH right now, so you'll probably see the option to stake your ETH. You can also stake your ETH on Kraken, which is an exchange. It earns you like 10%. Great. But keep in mind that is not until they change to ETH 2.0. So you're locking in your ETH and you can't get it back. You can't use it until they switch over to ETH 2.0, because you've technically switched chains, because the way they have to do ETH 2.0 is like a hard fork or soft fork. But the point is they're like kind of starting a new chain because ETH doesn't have the upgradability like Tezos does to just upgrade little bits and pieces. Like, you have to fully switch stuff. Day trading, I don't recommend day trading at all, to be honest, on crypto. But keep it as a percentage of your portfolio if you are going to. If you want to practice and you want to get good at it, say like 1%, and maybe that's not much. That's fine, and you might lose it all. But yeah, I don't recommend day trading. Most traders get blown up. 90% of traders, probably more, lose their money. The traders that I know that are good are long-term or swing traders. The one I learned from, look up Chris Dunn on YouTube. His group is very, very expensive. Back in the day, I had a friend that had access to a group and it was easier to access, so he gave me his access and I learned from him for years. And so uh, that was nice. I never technically paid for his group, so kind of a roundabout way. But yeah, he has a lot of really good videos. He's very level-headed. He's a traditional market, and he has Nikki Dunn and then Travis. Travis used to be a hedge fund manager, and now talks about the overall market. Nikki talks about overall markets, gold. So they have a really well-rounded, very good view, very leveled view of what's going on overall. And I think their stuff is really interesting, and they're typically right, and they are traders as well. So they're good at trading. So they have some really good videos. Check him out. He's awesome. But yes, I don't day trade. I don't recommend day trading. Every time you trade, that's a taxable event. So that's also annoying. In the US, if you hold it for over 365 days, you are in long term, so you pay less taxes. Anything under 365 days, you essentially pay the same taxes depending on your local state stuff, but you essentially pay the same taxes you would as your income level is. So it gets kind of added to your income, so you pay a lot of taxes. That's why I switched from being a like longer term holder, or sorry, like more short term holder to a very long term holder. However, I will say this, in 2017, I still would have been more short term, because if I knew what was going to happen in 2017, because it's better to take a huge amount of profit, you're up 50x, as opposed to lose most of it and, oh no, I'm holding long term. But most of the profit does come from like big long term stuff, unless you get really lucky on Doge or something that might die in a few years and might not even return. So patience, have long term stuff. It's a marathon. It's definitely not a race. I know we all have dreams of retiring early and living in the Poconos, or even just like retiring to a point where we don't need a job. We just only have to work a few days a week, and you get to stream. But yeah, it's a slow and steady thing. Build good habits, build a base, build a foundation, and then you have $1,000. You have $10,000 now, the money that you've never seen in your life. You can just now $10,000 is 1% of your portfolio. Now you can just, oh, I'm gonna risk that on VeVe. I'm gonna risk that on Omi when it first started, and oh my God, I just earned $1 million off that because it went up so much. But there's 3 other projects that you did the exact same thing with, and they didn't go up at all. They actually crashed, and you lost that money. It doesn't affect you because it's only 1%. 1% now might be $10, might be $100, but you'll build it slowly. You'll get there. Yeah, in Netherlands, your first 50K is like tax free, which is nice. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think in the US, it's like under 10K or something is really not much. I live in California, where taxes are pretty high, so that's not super fun. But it is what it is. And if I'm making money, happy to pay taxes. That's awesome, especially in this stuff. Super cool. Very, very interesting. All right, I'm gonna head out. It's 9:14. Been streaming for almost 2 hours here. Tomorrow again, stream at 7:30, 30 minutes beforehand. I gotta complete a video because I do work later today. So I gotta finally complete a video that I've been working on for way too long, and so I can get more videos out. Oh, and I can finally announce. So next week, Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Taps Trades will be making an appearance on this channel. We're gonna have an interview, me and Taps Trades. Go ahead and check out his YouTube. He's one of the bigger YouTubers here in the space. And yes, so that'll be next Thursday. Spread that info around. Meet Taps Trades. If you have any questions for him, if you can't join the stream, oops, I don't know what I just did. If you can't join the stream, send me some questions. I'd be happy to ask them. I'll give you credit, of course, for the question. And I will see you tomorrow morning, 7:30, and Taps will be here. Super cool on Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. All right, guys. Yes, thank you. Definitely get my rest. Dash, Cheeto420. Who else was here? Mr. Planet Profits, Pavel. Thank you so much. Again, really appreciate it. Like, follow, subscribe, share with your friends, share with anyone you might think like it. Again, if we're doing a drop as far as a comic book, I'm reading it on stream. We'll read it while the market opens. Have a wonderful day. I don't know why I saluted. Be yourself and eat a cookie. Bye. All right. Thanks, Dash. Bye. Yeah, prepare some questions. So he knows he's more of a trader. I don't know what he does for his job, but he's definitely more of a trader. I mean, his name taps trades. And so we'll probably be talking a lot about the market and stuff. So it'd be really fun overall. Next week is going to be, we're going to see what Bitcoin does a little bit more. We're going to see what Omi does a little bit more. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about VeVe, talk about life, whatever else. All right. See you guys. Bye.